So as somebody who has a history with the program, how much pressure do you feel to bring this program back to relevance?
I don't think it's pressure. I've always subscribed to the theory that pressure is that uneasy feeling you get when you're unprepared. And I know that we've prepared. I've prepared for this job as good as anybody in any staff can. I do want to say that this job definitely has a special place in my heart because of my time there as a graduate assistant. I played Division III football. My very first job was at Texas Lutheran coaching Division III football, and then boom, this was my first experience of Division I football, and it just so happens to be, one of the top 5 programs in all of college football. And so, that stuck with me my entire career, and it's a bit surreal knowing that now I'm coming back 18 years later as the head coach, and I'm honored, humbled, but we understand the expectation level at Texas, and it's why I took the job, to be quite honest with you. I want a job that the people have those kinds of expectations. You know why? Because that usually means they've done it before, and it usually means that they can do it again. We've got the resources, the fan base, the city of Austin is the #1 city in America to live in, and we've got a top 25 public education. So we've been there before. Coach Brown went 10 straight years of 10 wins or more. We've fallen on a bit of hard times, but most programs do, and hopefully we'll get it back to where it belongs in short order.
Coach, one of the things that I'm a fan, I keep up with everything you're doing, everything the program's doing.
You're a grad.
I am a grad as well, not just a fan. This stood out to me in everything I read coming from you. You are, I think, remarkably blunt, remarkably straightforward when it comes to assessment of your players, of the program, of everything. And it's validated itself, by the way, in the first 5 minutes of our conversation here, when it comes to addressing any particular player or anything, which leads me to this. Tell me about this grading system that I've read about, gold, green, red. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that and what you guys do.
Well, I believe, and Coach Meyer defined it as a meritocracy, and it's something I believed in my whole career, that, and I learned from Coach Brown as well, that fair does not mean being treated equal. Fair means being treated how you've earned to be treated. And so we've got, basically, for lack of a better term, a caste system, if you will, where guys that are grown men that can handle their business, that are mature, that don't miss class, that go to every workout, all that stuff. We don't monitor their classes as closely. They schedule their tutors on their own. They can live off campus. Those guys are in the gold. They're the gold standard. In the green, it's kind of in the middle. Hey, we're on our way to being a man, but not quite there yet. We do need some stricter, study hall hours and some stricter class checking, and it requires coach approval to move off campus. And then the newcomers and some guys that still just haven't figured it out, they're in the crimson group, and they...
Crimson? Not red?
Not red, crimson.
Is that, do we need to get Lincoln Riley out here?
I'm sure he's got some kind of orange group somewhere in his program. But no, those are guys that, quite frankly, we have to treat like children because they act like children. And it's a really big deal in our program, and we make a big deal in front of the team. Hey, Will is graduating from crimson to green, and they come up, give me a big hug, everybody claps for him. I mean, it's a big deal.
But real quick, guys, if you're in gold, you actually eat better, right? I mean, you talked about your caste system.
That's not necessarily true.
Okay.
The guys that eat better are the guys that win the competitions.
Okay.
The crimson, green, and gold is a lot more academic and social stuff. The competitions, the daily competitions that we have, some of the rewards are, fried chicken and waffle breakfast, an omelet bar for breakfast, while the loser gets powdered eggs and burnt sausage. And it's when you've lost 21 games in 3 years. My biggest fear is that our players have become numb to losing, and that is an awful, awful place to be. If you're a football team, losing has to hurt. Winning's got to feel great. We've got 3 coaches on our staff, including myself, that have won national championships, that we can share with them the exhilaration and when the confetti falls and you're putting the black hat on and the T-shirt and you're hugging your teammates and you're kissing trophies. That's a little bit harder to replicate in a workout in February. What you can replicate, though, is the awfulness of losing and the consequences that come from it. And so our job these first 8 months was really to teach our kids, teach our team how to win, and teach them never to accept losing.
Coach, a lot of people know that you have a very close relationship with your players, even much so like that you kiss them on the cheek.
Sure.
So what's the meaning behind that?
Well, I think it's weird that people think it's weird, first of all, because I tell moms, dads, I tell the recruits, I say, hey, when you come to Texas, I'm going to treat you like my own son. Well, newsflash, I kiss my sons. They're 10 years old, 3 years old. I kiss them all the time, and I'm going to kiss them till the day I die. And when they go into a stadium, I mean, let's think about this. Let's from a 30,000-foot view. If I was an alien coming down, this is very gladiatorial what they're doing, right? They're putting on this suit of armor that's 8 to 10 pounds. They're going to go out in an arena and they're going to go run into an opponent, collide with an opponent over 80 times in the span of 3 hours for the entertainment of the masses, right? So if my son was to walk into that arena, if that was my son walking in there and doing that basically for me and our staff and our program and our family, you know what I would do? I would give him a big hug, a big kiss on the cheek. I would whisper in his ear, son, I'm proud of you. I believe in you. I can't wait to watch you play. And so for me to do it, I mean, what we do is very parental. And so for me to do it with our players, it doesn't seem that foreign. I'm not quite sure why people think it's weird.
Right.
I don't know.